Junior Game, la llave al entretenimiento. Adquiere las preventas de los mejores títulos, grandes videojuegos de colección y novedades. Aprovecha sus promociones al comprar tus juegos. Entra a juniorgame.com.mx, la llave al entretenimiento. ¿Qué onda, gamers? ¿Cómo están? Una vez más hemos recibido la invitación de Bandai Namco Games para checar algunos de sus títulos antes de su previo lanzamiento, y por supuesto tenemos aquí a Jason Enos para que nos explique acerca de Jojo's Bizarre Adventure All Stars Battle. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing so great. We are seeing this exotic fantasy battle game. It's like a word mix, so tell us about it.
Well, it's based on a manga that's very, very popular in Japan. It's oversold over 80 million copies in Japan. And this game is set up as a kind of 2D side-scrolling fighting game, but the graphics are really amazing. Really looks like the manga is coming to life. You basically follow the story on this family of the Joestar's family and their bizarre adventures, where they fight bizarre enemies and
in a bizarre way,
wearing bizarre clothes, and the game covers all 8 chapters of the manga, so you can experience the whole story. But if you don't know the story, the game is a really, really solid fighting game. There's 41 characters in the game. And you got story mode, you can do online play, you can play with your friends. We even have a new mode that's in the game that wasn't in the Japanese version, which is arcade mode. So lots of content in there for you to enjoy.
That's a great point, talking about all the characters you have, because it's a big roster, considering that it's a manga that has around 20 years in the market.
Yes, yeah, right. It was originally came out in 1987, so it's actually getting close to 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah, but so it's been around for a long time, but this game actually released in Japan last summer, and it was a huge hit over there. And even though Jojo's is maybe not as well known over here, we think that the quality of the game and the fighting mechanics is what's going to get maybe some people really into the game, and then they might want to know more about Jojo's. And so we decided that we're going to release the game only as a digital game for PSN.
Why is that? Because you are the first company that is taking that step, to only digital release, and that happened with Naruto. No, it happened with Dragon Ball Z. Now it's happened with JoJo's. It happened also with Ace Combat. So why are you guys choosing to only a digital release?
Well, there's a couple of things. One is, people in general are starting to get much more used to buying things digitally. I mean, people buy music digitally now. People buy movies digitally. Yeah. Games is obviously another natural progression. That's number one. Number two, there's a lot of games that that get released in Japan that never really make their way over here, and we're trying as a company to be much more listening to the fans, listening to gamers, oh, I really want to see that game come over, and bringing the game digitally is a much, I don't want to say easier, but it gives the game a chance to come over. Whereas if it was going to be a physical game, it's much harder to justify maybe bringing it over when maybe not so many people know it. At the same time, it gives us a great opportunity to take something, maybe like more of a title that no one really knows, and we try to test, see what the response is. And so it's a great way to try to bring more games over that the fans want to see, and stuff like Short Piece that we're showing today, that's going to also be a digital game, and that's an amazing looking game. It's just, if we don't do a digital version, like, it may never come over here. So we want to try to give the gamers the games.
So gamers out there, give this game a chance, because this is a big opportunity to share like this kind of content? Because you guys already released like 1,000 games in Japan, and none of them come to here. So I will ask you about another Japanese game that is, you know, getting a lot of hype. It's G All Stars. So you are bringing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What about G Stars?
I get a lot of questions about this game as well.
That's Goku.
Yeah, and it has a lot of great characters actually. No information on that one, but it's definitely something that I think it looks really cool. I was in Japan in December before the game is coming out next month, I think, in Japan. But I was in December. I got to see it, and so many people were crowded around wanting to play that game, and it looks like a lot of fun. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Could this be like a step? Like people buy this game and may have the chance to play G All Stars and also another kind of games.
It's difficult to tell, but I think that's another great benefit of trying to bring these games over, bring them out as a digital game. If we get a lot of great feedback, a lot of people really like it, it opens the door for us to try to do other things for sure.
We tried the game. We prove all the gameplay mechanics, and it's exotic, it's bizarre. They have like a fun powers. But also a thing to mention is that the developer is CyberConnect. This Connect to the same that it's developing Naruto's game. So how do the gamers could feel the game? Is going to play the same? Is going to be different? How does this game is making his own path?
I think from a fighting standpoint, you'll find this to be a different gameplay system than Naruto. Naruto moves very fast-paced because it's a 3D world, whereas JoJo's, yes, it does have 3D elements, but it still feels more like that you're on a certain plane, two-dimensional plane. So even the fighting commands are different than Naruto. But CyberConnect 2 is excellent at making anime, manga games and bringing them to life, whether it's Naruto or JoJo's. I mean, you look at JoJo's and it looks like the characters are just popping out of the magazine.
They attack with a soda.
Yeah, they have such crazy attacks and special moves, but all of those things are captured like you would see it in a panel in the manga.
Yeah. That's a great point because we are not used to it. So thank you very much, Jason, for this quite interview bizarre interview about a bizarre game. And I want to ask you when and for what console this is going to be released.
So JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle is going to come out exclusively for PlayStation 3 as a digital game. And as far as the release date goes, we don't have the exact date, but we're looking at maybe this spring. So in the next couple of months, maybe.
Now you are working on the translations on all that stuff.
Yes, so you might have noticed that we actually have the Spanish in the version you saw today. So I think a lot of fans thought that maybe we wouldn't have that in there, but we put it in. So another good reason to check it out.
Any chance to have it in another console like the N one?
No information.
It's still exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Jason. I'll see you to talk about Naruto in our next interview.
Okay, got it.
Junior Game, la llave al entretenimiento. Adquiere las preventas de los mejores títulos, grandes videojuegos de colección y novedades. Aprovecha sus promociones al comprar tus juegos. Entra a juniorgame.com.mx, la llave al entretenimiento.